Hi everybody, Honest John here. There has been no official announcement from the Trump administration about it, but word has leaked out that Trump has decided to pursue a strategy of herd immunity in his approach to the coronavirus pandemic. We do know that Trump has stopped listening to the people who actually know what they're talking about, epidemiologists and experts in his administration, and has found another moron like himself to follow. That's Dr. Scott Atlas, a noted quack, who has advocated this herd immunity thing, even though he knows nothing about viruses and how diseases are spread. Now here is the way that herd immunity is usually reached in a population. A vaccine for a disease is developed that is safe and effective. It is then distributed to the people in large quantities, and when a big enough majority of the population is vaccinated, you achieve herd immunity, which protects people who are vulnerable to the illness that can't, for example, receive a vaccination. This is the sane and sensible way to develop herd immunity. It is how we wiped out polio, smallpox, and other diseases like measles. That is, until the anti-vax morons came along and started bringing those diseases back. But Trump doesn't want to do that. What Trump wants to do is spread the virus far and wide, to infect as many people as possible and hope that they will recover from the disease and then develop an immunity to it. This is stupid and insane. First of all, this plan will result in millions of deaths, and will probably not result in any kind of lasting immunity to the disease, because we don't know yet whether people who are infected with COVID-19 even develop an immunity to it, or if they do, how long that immunity lasts. We do know that there are some cases where people who have had the virus have been reinfected with the disease, and the reinfection has been more serious than the first one. So this suggests that any immunity that occurs is not permanent. So Trump is not satisfied with killing hundreds of thousands of Americans. He wants to kill millions of us. We can see that in the rallies that he's holding and the super spreader events that he's having in the White House. But also in the fact that there was $9 billion allocated in the CARES Act to be distributed to the states for testing and contact tracing. And not a penny of this money has been distributed to the states. So we have the states trying to open up, but the numbers of coronaviruses keeps going up. If they had the money to do more testing and contact tracing, they would be able to reopen more safely and successfully. But Trump is holding back the funds that would allow them to do it. But even before this herd immunity thing came up, Trump was doing everything he could to spread the virus. That's why 120,000 Americans are dead. What Trump doesn't understand is that once he is out of office, he could face both state and federal charges of criminal negligence for his handling of the virus. For example, every state that he's had a campaign event in could charge him with criminal negligence. And then he could have federal charges because much of what he's done with the virus has been done on federal property, which makes it a federal crime. When you combine that with the charges that he will face of bank fraud, tax evasion, and other criminal charges, including treason, that Trump will face once he is no longer a sitting president, there is no doubt that Trump is looking at spending a lot of time in prison. And prisons have a lot of coronavirus cases happening within their walls. Maybe we'll get to find out if Trump has any immunity that he claims to have. Thanks for listening.